Welcome to News from Down Home. Princess Anne, Maryland was my hometown. I was a small child there. My family, my greater family, had moved there in 1903 to Somerset County, Maryland, from Western Pennsylvania. And I spent my youth, my young childhood there until the age of 13. And I still consider it my hometown. A lot of interest I have about it and its history. Very rich history. So this is Tuesday morning, October 5th, 1915. Now, just let me know if you know any of these people or if you ever met any of their descendants, if you're aware of that. So, some events that happened are reported in the paper. Mr. and Mrs. J.B. Hendry left on Sunday evening last for New York City. Hope they had a good time. Mrs. A. Lula Horsey of Baltimore and Mrs. L. M. Stevenson of Marion were visitors at the home of Mrs. Oscar F. Jones last week. The Princess Anne Public Library will be open during the winter from 3 to 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoons instead of 4 to 6 as at present. The Reverend Henry E. Spears leaves today, Tuesday, for Quantico, Maryland, where the Southern Convocation of the Diocese is in session this week. Mr. and Mrs. O. F. Bounds of Princess Anne spent Sunday of last week at the home of Mrs. Bounds' sister, Mrs. J. Wesley Butler, near Westover. Now, Westover was the area where I live. Professor E. Clifford Ryle of Fairmont Academy and Mrs. Leona Langford of Salisbury were guests of Mr. and Mrs. J.B. Hendry on Main Street last Sunday. The Ladies' Card Club of Princess Anne was entertained most agreeably last Thursday evening by Mrs. H. M. Langford at Beckford. This meeting was the first one held since last summer. So let's look at that was the Marylander and Herald, reported in the Marylander and Herald, the paper of record back in those days, or one of the newspaper, very important. And let's go to Walking Tour of Princess Anne and see if we can find, as we walk around Princess Anne, any interesting buildings. Now, here's one on Church Street. It's St. Andrew's Episcopal Church. Now, the first congregation representing the Church of England met near the river, the Noken River, as a chapel of ease in the 1600s. In 1773, the first church was completed with money raised by selling tons of tobacco. It took £128,000 to buy this land that the church is on, and the congregation has operated continuously ever since. The church was consecrated as St. Andrew's in 1845, and the tower was added in 1859. The differing brickwork tells the tale of the sanctuary's growth. So that is an important landmark in Princess Anne, or was. I hope it's still there. I haven't been back to do this in a while. Things change. But I hope you enjoy this, and please feel free to make comments. Let me know if you've seen these sites that I talk about, or that if you knew any of the people or descendants of the people that I talk about. Thank you.